Hey, welcome. I'm gonna talk to you today on self-love and unconditional love. So first we need to understand what is unconditional love. And if you haven't had a lot of love in your life, you've had a lot of traumas, like I said, you've beaten yourself down or your worth's been taken, your value, it's really hard to think that love has any power because you haven't felt it enough. That may be hard to hear and make you feel worse thinking that you don't have something. It doesn't mean you can't have it. And don't give up trying. It's all about that trying. If you're here watching this, you're trying. Reward yourself just by telling yourself you're on the right path and you're doing a good job. Self-encouragement is so important. If you're already talking to yourself a lot in your head and telling yourself a lot of negative stuff, you need to tell yourself some positive stuff. And just think, if you had someone else that you knew was going through real tough times and they're really struggling in life, yeah, what would you say, bad stuff to them or good stuff? I imagine that you would say some positive things. Say that to yourself. You have to outweigh. Think of it like a scale, like balancing. You've got all these thoughts that are up this way. One or two little thoughts trying to encourage. It has to be, start pushing it the other way. You have to start saying so much good stuff to yourself, patting yourself on the back every time you just try. Yeah, don't worry about if you fail. Don't worry if you wake up the next day and feel terrible. Don't worry. Just remind yourself, say, I'm still trying. I'm still fighting. I'm still alive. And that's key. You're still alive. You still have that life force. And you may think about taking it, but you haven't. If you're watching this, you haven't. So know that you're strong. Know that you've got courage. You're determined. You're a fighter. An internal fighter. You're going to keep going. And you're going to attack. 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 Your inner demons, your inner defenses, your inner issues. Yeah? And you're going to attack them with love, compassion, kindness. Yeah? Knowing that you are on track. And like I said, when it comes to unconditional love, it's very hard for a lot of people to understand because it requires having no conditions to that love. Now a lot of people, especially as we get older, like if you've had a child, or you can just imagine this, if you've got a child, for the first year when it's a baby and you're cleaning its nap and you're wiping it, you don't hold judgment, you don't get annoyed at it, or you shouldn't. As if you do, you've got some serious issues and you need to watch even more of my channel. But, sorry if there's some noise, some people just turned up at the lake. But if you have a child and it's missed its nappy, yeah, you just change it. You don't get annoyed at it and have a go at it, whine to it and tell it off. Do you know what I mean? You don't set conditions and say, look, I'm only going to feed you today if you don't crap in your nappy. You don't set conditions to the love. You just take care of it, you nurture it, and you love it. Now as we get older, we've got a habit of conditioning that love. Suddenly it's about what you achieve and what you do and how you act. Yeah? And that's a condition. You're setting conditions to the love. And most of our parenting skills these days are most people. You know what I mean? Whether it's getting your exams in school, whether it's just like how you behave, there's a condition to how much love you will give someone. And what I want you to do is, it may be hard to do this for other people first, so you've got to start with yourself. Don't set yourself a condition. Don't say to yourself, I'm only going to be nice to myself if I manage to keep my diet for a full month. I'm only going to be nice to myself if I manage to avoid a chocolate bar. If I do something wrong, if I eat a chocolate bar, if I get angry, I'm going to have a go at myself. I'm going to beat myself down. This encourages, you got to have unconditional self-love. I said, and it's just that nurturing love. It's just that support yourself. And really, really support yourself, encourage yourself. You've got to do this internal, it's an internal journey that you need to go on to really get this internal love. Like I said, and break them conditions. You're being conditioned in so many ways. Self-conditioned for the most part, but externally as well. Like I said, it can come from parenting. I don't know what your parents are like. They may have been great and you still got an issue. But it comes from conditioning, because you're born with unconditional love. Yeah, and it takes conditioning to change that. Yeah, and it takes thoughts, incidents, traumas, other people, things happen that condition how much love you give for yourself. And if you're here, you're already thinking about changing that. And it comes, my first thing, to be honest, that I like to tell people to do, it's one of the hardest. Like I said, if you check out my self-love video, it's about looking in the mirror and seeing if you can. That'll give you a good scale of whether you love yourself and how much. If you just struggle to even look, that's a sign that there's a lot of work. It's a good sign, because you know that there's something you can gain, something you can get. Now if you can look at yourself, then you try and say to yourself out loud with passion and intent and really mean it, that you love yourself. Look in the mirror and go, I love you. You're full of worth and value. Yeah? If you can do that, like I said, then you do it naked. That's right, completely naked. Because a lot of people are self-conscious and they have body issues. That's your body, no matter what it looks like. No matter how disappointed you may feel. Sorry, my camera overheated. and it cuts off. So anyway, stand in the mirror naked, look at your body, love your body. No matter how it looks and how disappointed you feel, if you feel disappointed, that's because you set conditions. You've set conditions to, you have to look a certain way to be able to be loved. And this is coming from yourself. You know, you're not even asking this of other people, I'm asking you to love yourself. So this is up to you, this is your decision. Make a deal with yourself today that you're going to just try to be more loving to yourself. You're going to try these tasks and you're going to just push yourself every day. If it's really hard, you just got to keep doing it every day. Like I said, then it gets to physical touch. Non-sexual, by the way. If you're doing sexual touch and you're feeling really down, this is going to deplete you. Check out my other video on it. Disclaimer, it's not medical advice. Yes, I'm not a psychiatrist. Check my disclaimer. But I'm going by personal experience. You need to cut back on how much sexual touch you're having with yourself, because it messes with your hormonal levels. Yeah? It gives you the only pleasure that you're getting, and it's just depleting you. And you need to have more worth than that. You're worth so much more than that. So just try and slow that down. If you know you're doing it a lot, slow it down. Try and have a break. Yeah. Give yourself some physical nurturing love. And that comes from things like self-massage. Check out my neck stretching exercise, jaw, face massages you can do. I'm going to do some more. Let me know if you've got a pain somewhere, you've got an ache somewhere. Maybe I can show you a few tips on how you can relieve that. And as you relieve it, you feel love for yourself. Because you're working on yourself, like taking care of something. I like to think of like a classic car. Now we've all been inherited this classic car. Some of us have inherited a rusty old Mustang, you know, like, and it hasn't even got wheels, the engine doesn't work, but you've got it, yeah, and you can work on it, and maybe one day you can get an engine and make it run. Maybe one day you'll take it on a journey. But you hold that vision and take care of it and love it. Yeah, some people have been born with a brand new car, and it just runs from day one. And they don't have obstacles, but if you're here, that's probably not you. And we don't need to worry about others. If we start thinking about what others have, having envy, jealousy, all it's going to do is slow you down on that process, getting yourself more empowered, more fixed. You're so unique. We're all as unique as our fingerprints, and you have hidden talents, hidden skills. But you have to start with self-love, self-worth, and then they will start to show themselves. Then you'll start to see how much power you really have, how much you have to offer to the world. You may not be able to see it if you're in this dark place, but once the light shines on you just a little, things come to surface and you start to literally see what you have to offer for others and how valuable you are, how much worth you have, and how much you deserve it. You truly do. So try these tips out, and like I said, and then try and work on massage, whether it's massaging your hand and just appreciating your hand for what it does. Is enabled you to type on your keyboard or on your phone to be able to watch this video. Yeah, I've got one on there on sinus drainages. You need to breathe, especially right now with lockdown and COVID and all these things going on. Yeah, you want your sinuses clear. Check out my sinus video. Do these, and just after you've done it, just really pat yourself on the back and just be like, I just done such a good thing for myself. I deserve it and I'm worth it. And I'm trying, I'm progressing, I'm going forwards. Nothing's going to slow me down. You know, I'm going to keep working on getting more stable, more balance in my life, more harmony. Yeah, and get myself in tune. And I say harmony because it is harmony. Yeah, I like to think of the body like a musical instrument. Now, if a musical instrument's out of tune, it plays a horrible song. Yeah, you tune it up, it plays a lovely song, and that's the song of life. Tune yourself up, get in tune, and play a great song, and you'll love it, and you'll love your life. I hope this gives you some inspiration, some insight. Drop a comment if you want to tell me anything, share anything, or just let me know what you think of the video. Alright. Have a good day.